Modern aircrafts are marvels of human engineering, capable of incredible feats of transportation, stealth, and speed. On this episode of Record West Virginia, we take to the skies to get a better view of one of the most pivotal figures in the innovation of aviation, and one of the most decorated pilots in American history, General Chuck Yeager. Born in 1923 in the small community of Myra, Charles Elwood Yeager was like most boys. He enjoyed spending time outdoors, and he enjoyed sports, excelling at both football and basketball at Hamlin High School in Lincoln County. He also had an interest in the military, spending time during the summers of 1939 and 1940 at a citizens military training camp at Fort Benjamin Harrison in Indiana. After his high school graduation, Yeager enlisted as a private in the United States Army Air Forces in September of 1941, just a mere 3 months before America entered World War II.
The enemy has struck a savage, treacherous blow. We are at war, all of us. We must have ships and more ships, guns and more guns, men and more men, faster and faster. There's no time to lose. That's why these men are learning to fly. That's why these planes are up there.
Yeager began his military career as an aircraft mechanic at George Air Force Base in California, as he was ineligible for flight training due to his young age and simple high school education. But as the demand for more pilots increased with World War II, the U.S. Air Forces lowered its standards, allowing Yeager the opportunity to be accepted into flight training. The young Yeager showed natural skills and had almost superhuman vision. He was promoted to flight officer, earning his wings at Luke Field Air Base in Arizona, and was assigned to the 357th Fighter Group. Yeager and the 357th shipped out overseas in November of 1943.
Suddenly, the Germans attacked.
Yeager was stationed in England, and the 21-year-old's career as a fighter pilot hit turbulence rather quickly. As an escort for American bombers targeting the Luftwaffe airfield, Yeager's P-51 Mustang was shot down over Nazi-controlled France in March of 1944. Members of the French resistance helped the American pilot escape to Spain, and by May, Yeager had managed to return to England. During this period, Yeager and a fellow evading American pilot, Lieutenant Pat Patterson, had to make a trek across the Pyrenees Mountains into Spain. They stopped to sleep in a remote shack, but were discovered by a group of Germans. As they fled out the back window and down an ice slide used to send trees and lumber down the mountain, Patterson was shot in the leg. Yeager amputated Patterson's leg from the knee down with a pocket knife, and used a silk from a parachute to make a tourniquet, saving his companion's life. He then carried the unconscious Patterson to safety into Spain. Despite rules that had prevented evading pilots from returning to the skies, Yeager was able to convince Supreme Allied Commander General Dwight D. Eisenhower himself to let him resume flight missions. In October of 1944, he became the first pilot in the group to make ace in a day when he downed 5 enemy aircrafts in a single mission. Yeager flew his 61st and final mission of the war in January of 1945 and finished with 11.5 victories.
The Luftwaffe had shot its last bolt. There was blood in the skies over Germany, German blood. Our final air campaigns now swoop down to spread the paralysis of defeat.
On his return to the U.S., was given first choice of assignments and chose Wright Field in Dayton, Ohio, to be close to his West Virginia home. His high number of flight hours and his time in maintenance qualified him for a role as a functional test pilot with the Aeronautical Systems Flight Test Division.
In October 1947, at Muroc Desert Test Center in California, history is made by this aircraft, the XS-1, and its pilot, Captain Charles E. Yeager. This airplane and this pilot are about to be the first ever to fly faster than the speed of sound in level flight.
It was as a test pilot at the Muroc Army Airfield that Yeager would be selected to fly the Bell X-1, the aircraft in which he garnered worldwide acclaim. On October 14, 1947, Yeager, in the plane he named the glamorous Glennis after his wife, was scheduled to be dropped from the B-29 bomber and become the first human to travel faster than the speed of sound. But 2 days before the flight, Yeager fell from a horse and suffered multiple broken ribs. Not wanting to be replaced on the flight, Yeager told fellow pilot Jack Ridley about the accident and asked for his help. Ridley rigged up a broom handle that allowed Yeager to get some extra leverage in order to close and seal the hatch. At an altitude of 45,000 feet, Yeager surpassed Mach 1, officially breaking the sound barrier for the first time.
The first time ever in level flight. For the first time, except in dives, a man has flown an airplane faster than the speed of sound. It earned Captain Yeager many honors, and the historic plane, the XS-1, earned a resting place in the Smithsonian Institution.
Chuck Yeager would go on to break several speed and altitude records and continue his military career as a commander in the Vietnam War before retiring in 1975. Yeager achieved several military honors, including a Purple Heart and the Air Force Distinguished Service Medal. In 1983, he was portrayed by Sam Shepard in the film The Right Stuff. In 2012, during the 65th anniversary of his famous flight, Yeager, at the age of 89, once again broke the sound barrier, flying as co-pilot of the McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.